My name's Kyle Athayde. I'm a professional musician. I primarily compose and arrange music, but I also perform. I went to school for music in New York City and still live in New York during the school year, where I work with my band, the Kyle Athayde Dance Party, which is a 20-piece big band, all original music, and it's all fun, hopefully. One of the cool things about having my big band is that all the members of the band are they have diverse interests and groups they play with and activities they do. And two of the members of my band are these twin brothers, Pete and Will Reardon Anderson. And they've been working with a theater called 59 East 59. And the producer of that theater asked them if they could write music for a musical that he's been wanting to do. And they're really good composers themselves, but they thought it would be better suited for someone who actually composes all the time. And so they talked to me and recommended me to the producer, and then I started writing a musical. I come from a family of musicians. Both of my parents are music teachers and performers. My dad plays jazz piano and trumpet, and he teaches a middle school music program. And my mom is a private instructor for violin and viola. She uses the Suzuki method, and she also plays piano. So having them at home already, they were teaching students, and a lot of their students were really good, so I grew up getting to hear good players playing. Growing up in that environment, it was hard to not play music, but it was cool because we weren't really pressured into it. So it was always really easy to play music and appreciate music when it was around, because it never felt like something that we had to do. It was always just there and available to us if we wanted. So as a kid, I always had my Game Boy. I played video games a lot, just like anyone else. Not only did I become a musician, but video games have actually helped my music a lot. I think the first obvious reason that video games often have really great music. Super catchy themes, you know, Mario. It's like everybody hears that and they get super excited, and the people who write music for video games are really great composers. And so playing those games and hearing that music over and over again and associating that music with, you know, video games, which are fun, gave a really positive aspect to that music that I heard. So I always really liked Nintendo games the best. And everybody who liked Nintendo games liked Super Smash Bros. And a friend of mine who really keeps up with the competitive scene for Smash Bros, he told me about a tournament that was happening. It was free entry, it was called Landhammer. And I went to it expecting to do very poorly because I knew that there was a competitive scene where people were really good. After doing that, I thought, well, okay, this is kind of cool, and the tournament was really fun and competing and trying to win and all these different characters and stuff. I was playing Ice Climbers, who's, you know, kind of a weird character, and not a lot of people played as them, so I think people were not ready for me. But yeah, doing that, it made me more interested in the competitive scene. And so about a little more than 2 years ago, I started practicing and going to tournaments more.
The dude is like a nomad. Like, he goes all around the country playing like music shows and video games, and he just gets to know like everyone there. Like, everyone in Smash tournaments goes by like, you know, their gamer tag, like his is DizzKidBoogie, but he'll instead like introduce himself to everyone he plays, and it'll just be like, hi, I'm Kyle, like, nice to meet you, and actually like talk to them, get to know them as people, and like just tries to become friends with like everyone he can, which is pretty crazy. There's not many people do that. They're like, you know, keep to themselves, but that dude's got friends like everywhere.
Playing the video games continues to help my music, both in those kind of abstract ways, but also my band played at Super Smash Con, which was a big event for Smash Bros, and we're going to play at it again. And so we're starting to find a new audience that we can perform for, who appreciate the music we play, they appreciate the vibe we're going for, and we like playing for audiences who appreciate our music. My biggest passions are definitely playing Smash Bros and my band. And so obviously those are subsets of video games and music, but the balance is really particularly between my competitions and my group, the Kyle Athayde Dance Party. And so I really do want to try to make those both like happen as well as they can. So that's always that's always a tough balance, making sure that I'm doing enough work for the band while still practicing enough to do well in Melee. But I'm starting to figure it out, I think.